Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got the UFO videos rolling.
What in the ever-living fuck is that? Oh my god, that's so scary. What is that? I'm not even tripping. Oh, that's so scary. Oh my god. Like, I'm not tripping, right? What is that? That's in our sky right now. I think this is it. I think this is them aliens.
People are freaking out around the world. We've got a lot of UFO videos tonight, so buckle up, everybody. I got my brother Brent along with Apollo as we go over the incredible footage captured by people like you across the planet. We're looking at this. I've added some brightness contrast. I blew it up a little bit to the right, and you can see something right there in close proximity to the phenomenon. We have two UFOs in the same shot. I'm kind of scratching my head of what we're looking at right now. Brent, thoughts?
Yeah, Blake, this is definitely pretty cool. This guy got a good shot. We're seeing this kind of translucent object. It's doing circles. It's rotating from left to right as it dips. It seems kind of like this spiral with this kind of pinkish purple color. And again, Blake, like you said, you can see this orb next to it. Is it maybe a plane off in the distance, or is this something next to it creating like a connecting to its mothership? Whatever this thing is definitely weird. Apollo, your opinion on this?
You know, my opinion with the color here is just really interesting. I mean, I haven't seen a UAP in this exact color before. I think it's really strange. Also, the shape and the way it shoots off like that, I mean, that is just incredible. I mean, I don't understand how it's moving it forward like that. You know, it seems to be spinning and then shooting away, and there's obviously this other light under here. I'm not sure what that is. Blake, what are your thoughts?
You know, again, it's very amazing, the footage. We just don't know the answers to some of this. Like this one right now, take a look at this. Little side-by-side comparison here. All right, we're looking at the original video. At first I was thinking maybe I should just pass on this one. It's not revealing too much. But then I decided to take a closer look, and I can see whatever this object is, it's remaining very stationary in the sky for quite some time. And as I do a side-by-side comparison, it confirms that whatever this thing is, it doesn't seem to resemble any kind of conventional drone that I'm aware of, right?
Yeah, definitely weird object. This thing's quite big. You can see this is off in the distance. I'm maybe estimating 15 to 20 feet. Again, weird apparatus, whatever's keeping this afloat. I have no idea. Paula, you said that you saw something. You can see a space in the middle.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that it almost seems like there's a space in the middle. Like you can see through it. You can see the sky through it. So it seems like there's some sort of space in the middle of it. And also it looks a little big to be a drone to me. Like, what is this?
Yeah, now we're looking at military footage that has just made the internet. Everybody's looking at this. Are we looking at the Tic Tac? Finally, some decent footage. Apparently, this is coming from a police helicopter tracking something unusual in the sky, apparently with no heat signature. I'm kind of liking this footage. And I think maybe after some of the footage that came out from 2017, this is resembling something that maybe we could look forward to the future if they're going to drop anything from the government. I highly doubt it. I'm glad this is being leaked right now.
Yeah, Blake, I think this is coming from Mexico, and definitely we got a good shot here. These close-ups are amazing. You almost see something like shooting some ejection off the right of that thing as it zoomed in on that close-up shot. These are great. What I like about it is you can see this as it resembles a Tic Tac, but it's vertical. It's standing straight up, which is I find amusing. This thing seems to be moving on its own accordance. Is there propulsion behind this that we're not aware of?
You know, this video to me is so much more incredible than the videos they had of the Tic Tacs that came out all over the news around 2017. I mean, it's just very clear. It's, you know, moving around a lot. And I noticed also looking at it that it seems to be very reflective. Like the sun is almost just like glaring off of it. I know they're usually metallic, which probably makes it easier for them to blend into the sky from far away. What are your thoughts, Blake?
You know, looking at this, is this metallic? Again, it's hard to tell. No heat signature. Again, I'd still like to see the color video of this, and hopefully these helicopter pilots come forward with some testimony, because right now we're looking at something that definitely resembles the Tic Tac. It's curious the way it does remain vertical in its flight pattern, and that definitely doesn't resemble any kind of balloon that I'm aware of. This thing seems to have caught the police officers' attention, the pilots. Again, if we could get testimony, that's what we're looking for. Again, shocking footage coming into Third Phase Moon. Give us a big thumbs up if you're enjoying this live premiere. Let's start rolling out the next new UFO videos just in. Guys, take a look at this.
3, 2, 1, fire.
The driver just driving on the road sees some kind of celestial event, something breaking apart from the atmosphere, some kind of space debris. Or are we looking at something that's unexplained? Rockets, missiles? I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at.
Yeah, we've seen this before. We've been doing this for about over 13, 14 years now, and we've seen these short glimpses of this kind of phenomenon. Could it be a chemtrail from a plane? Hard telling. It looks like an upside down tuning fork. It's awesome footage. This phenomenon is something to look at. Could it just be the right conditions in the atmosphere creating this kind of classic look when chemtrails happen? Again, is this natural or something else, Apollo?
You know, it looks like something definitely broke apart from the way that the trail is together and then it splits off into two. But what is curious to me about this is the kind of thickness of the clouds that are coming down. It almost looks like, it seems to me like the velocity that this object or whatever it was going, UAP, whatever it was, it must have been extremely powerful or blew apart in a very powerful explosion, because the velocity, an extreme velocity would only make that kind of cloud.
Oye, qué güey, eso, loco. Todavía no se mueve. Ah, quítate, burro. Sí, loco.
Te mando
Hay un
video.
avión, güey.
Sí, tu
Viene
madre.
quemando, cuidado, el avión.
Oh, era madre.
No, esa guay se está dividiendo, mira atrás. Meteorito. Como los marcianos. Ah, no, ya va desapareciendo. No, weón, quita, weón. Es un tren, weón, con aliens, dos tren. Loco, el expreso polar. Marciano, weón.
Comenten la weá que quieran para que sean famosos.
Mira, no, ya cagó. Hola, weón,
Construction workers witness something, again, falling out of the sky. We just showed you something just moments ago of seemingly something broke apart and split up. Now we're looking at incredible footage of these construction workers witnessing some kind of event. And again, as we look at this a little closer, at first I thought this could have been a meteorite, some kind of a space debris, but then it resembles two lights and almost seems to slow down here. Look at this very closely. One shot in a million. These guys were in the right place at the right time to capture this.
Yeah, Blake, I like this a lot. Here's a good close-up. Again, I'm still leaning towards this being a celestial event. Could it be maybe space debris, something falling from a man-made object, or something just from the cosmos or solar system? Hard telling. Again, it's fascinating footage. I know there was a couple people that had multiple angles of this event, so what we're looking at is 100% legit. We just don't know what it is. Like you said, Blake, these two points of light kind of have this surreal aspect to it. UFOs for sure. If you saw that, you'd definitely question. Again, great capture here.
You know, what's amazing about this to me is that it actually reminds me a lot of those old Renaissance paintings of, I think it's like Jesus and Mary, but the old Renaissance paintings of the UFOs where they're kind of flying around with this sort of like field of light coming around them. I'm not sure if Blake, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, definitely the Renaissance photos and the biblical photos representing the unknown, the phenomenon, it could definitely represent some kind of a celestial event, some space debris or space junk, or maybe a meteorite. But again, I like the way these guys were in the proper place and time. And we're looking for videos just like this. Could this be a UFO breaking apart and then again forming these two centric circles at one point? It's interesting stuff, but again, it's just an incredible capture of strange things that happen across our planet. So guys, don't hesitate to shoot anything that's weird. And speaking of weird, we even got more videos for you. And like I said, tonight's episode's full of UFO videos. So let's bring the next one up. Brent, you pointed this out to me earlier, and I said we got to share this.
You know, this is definitely the most incredible footage I've seen in a long time. The way it's morphing here really reminds me of this sort of magnetic compound called ferrofluid, which actually grows into these spikes. I believe it's like hematite mixed with magnets, and they put in this fluid and it'll kind of like grow these spikes out of it. And it seems like this craft is doing that. And what's interesting about that is I think nanotechnology can be used in the same way as ferrofluid, or it kind of can look like ferrofluid when it morphs around like that. It can like kind of grow these spikes. So I don't know, that's what comes to mind for me with this. I think it looks really incredible. Brent, what are your thoughts?
Definitely badass footage. This guy seems to be getting the most close-up of a UFO that we've ever seen. He's trying his hardest. You can see when he pulled the camera back, he's at pretty much some distance, quite a distance away, and he gets these incredible close-ups. Again, we could see these spikes like Paula talks about. It looks like this acorn shape. Again, this guy's pulling in close right there. People are asking for details of UAPs, UFOs. This is it, guys.
Oh, guys, I'm just looking at this a little closer. I'm not seeing any kind of manipulation here. What we're looking at is definitely captured within the optic lens of the camera person shooting it. And right now, I can't tell you what we're looking at. Look at the distance. As he pulls in, I'd have to estimate that this thing's at least 100 to 200 feet in length here. That's just an approximate guess, but whatever it is, it's massive. And again, this morphine attribute to it. It seems that it has spikes at one point and then kind of morphs into a whole different kind of edge on it. Again, I'm confused. I'm not seeing any kind of gondola. What is behind this? This is good stuff here. Like, if people want to see broad daylight footage and they're wondering why it's always blurry, I suggest you share this with your friends.
Absolutely. This is good stuff. You can see the colors here. You can see, I think, in my opinion, this is 100% legit. No CGI going on here. We're seeing the refractions of light hitting this vehicle, if you could call it that. We don't see any means of propulsion. Could this be maybe a mocked up balloon? Hard telling, but what I like about this is that we know it's in the sky and we just don't know what it is at the moment.
You know, again, I just want to bring up the idea of nanotechnology used with this. I know nanotechnology, if it's kind of used in a certain way, it could, you know, morph and change shape. And I know scientists are already working on this technology, and I'm sure maybe if there were ETs from another planet that were more advanced scientifically, they probably would have too. So kind of interesting. I like that this is morphing and changing shape. Definitely some of the most incredible footage I've seen in a long time. That's for sure.
Absolutely, hands down to the person that shot this. Apparently there's more video of this. This is just kind of a little fraction of time, a moment in special time for this person that was there to bear witness. And apparently there's going to be more footage coming from this person, and this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. So we're going to be awaiting that, and we're going to be keeping everybody informed. But again, guys, I want to get your opinions. What are we looking at? Again, we got more videos coming up in just a second, but please leave your comments and let us know what you really think of what the phenomenon is, and if you have any explanation, or maybe you captured something like this. This is what Third Phase of Moon's all about, trying to put together a bigger picture of what's going on around the world. So Brent, again, you were doing some research, and you said this came into our email. Somebody said we should take a closer look, so let's pull that up. And guys, again, your comments and your thumbs up goes a long way. Now let's put this video and let's get the public's reaction. I love it when we hear what you people have to say. Take a look at this. So this video came in earlier, Brett. You're stating that there's a few lights just hanging over the city, and then from what people are stating and from the eyewitness, that this thing just took off at like hundreds of miles an hour within a few moments here.
Yeah, it's curious video. What I like about it, I think this was captured from a drone, and you can see the camera is actually parallaxing with this thing as the city moves behind it. Whatever these lights are, it's something to think about. Could it be a reflection, a lens flare kicking off of the lens, creating this illusion? That's a possibility, but again, I'm not seeing where that reflection would be coming from. We're looking at something stationary, and it seems like the camera drone pilot captured something, and this thing's moving at incredible speeds. It seems to pop out at the same time. Paula, your thoughts on this one?
You know, it seems to be blinking and hovering for a little bit and then takes off really fast. And I think it really looks triangular to me with the way the third light in the back kind of hangs down slightly. It looks like a triangular craft, so that's really interesting. Obviously no FFA lights, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a drone that's looked like this before. It looks pretty big in comparison to the buildings as well. What are your thoughts, Blake?
You know, looking at this, I'm going to roll out drone. I'm thinking possibly refraction of light, maybe a lens flare, but again, it doesn't really quite match up with that. Maybe what we're looking at is an object, one or two, or maybe just one solid craft moving and accelerating at the speed that we can't explain. Again, it does seem to be something that's really there, and it's not a refraction of light. You see that kind of lens flare kind of mixing in and out of it. But then again, back to this. You know, I think this is the one that stood out to me in tonight's episode. Guys, we want to have your guys' comments on what you think is maybe in the top. I'm not sure how many videos, UFO videos, did we put out in this episode? At least 7 or 8. Count them down and give us your favorite. But again, the broad daylight stuff really gets me in this new military footage. It's pretty good stuff. It's an exciting week here.
Yeah, I think we dropped about 12 brand new UFO videos, maybe some that were definitely not seen on our channel. So it's always good that you need to keep up, that you're going to see the newest stuff here. Again, this one out of Mexico, this cop, basically police helicopter, captured that object. Again, the phenomenon seems to be happening and ramping up, and that's what I like.
We want to thank everybody for joining us from around the world. Don't hesitate. If you've captured anything amazing, upload that to YouTube, copy paste that link to my email. It's in the description. Thanks, Brent. Thanks, Paula. Everybody, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.